Salut encore mes amis, bienvenue le 5e tour de la TorqueFreakRacing Touring Car Championship. Je m'appelle Vincent, ici la circuit de la Spa-Francorchamps. Et c'est tempé magnifique aujourd'hui. Yeah, I can't be asked to do that anymore. Hi everyone, welcome to round number 5 of the TorqueFreakRacing Touring Car Championship. I am Will Vincent. Oscar Hardwick is currently chasing girls in Surrey or somewhere, and Rob Sutherland is chasing girls somewhere else, so I'm all by myself again today, which is going to be awesome. We are going to be looking at the number 28 machine of Joe Jr. The cars are gridding at the moment. We have got ourselves just 1 minute before the green flag here at the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps. This beautiful 4.35 mile, 21 corner epic. That is one of the most famous racetracks in the world. Very quickly, your top 5 in the Cadillac class. You have Frederick Follestad in position number 1 with Nick Vestigi in 2nd, Roderick Cronin in 3rd, Joe Jr. in 4th, and Adam Terry in 5th. And then in the Ford Falcon class, you've got Renz Broekman once again taking the points in the number 84 machine from Thomas Brussel, Andy Goodison, Peter Ridley, and Marius Christensen. So we've got ourselves less than half a minute now before the start of this race, and we'll take you through this epic of a racetrack in any moment now. So a 30-minute race here at the circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. We are waiting for those red lights to go on, and when they turn green, we are going to be away here at Spa-Francorchamps. Red lights are on.
Green, green, green.
Green lights come on, and we are away here at Spa. As you see there, that's one of the radical drivers going to get swirly at the start of this race. He's been great racing number 1. And Nathan on the other side. Then Nathan on the outside there. And who lost themselves 3 positions at the very start of this race. The start of him, where the cars are coming down now, down towards Eau Rouge and running off for the first time in this race. Up the hill they go, and it looks as though Matt quickly going to stop moving for the first couple of corners, and it looks as though they have. And you see there, 2 rewired going through Radioff. Bill Jostler, he's going to move on William Pioneer, and you see their cars, 2 rewired still coming into the crew for the first time. Red Broken on the outside there, you've got Simon Goma going past him, and outside the 36 corner section. Race leader. Nick Vestigi is moved down to the 2nd position with Adam Terry in 3rd, Andy Kerrisoff in 4th, Mark Eggleton in 9th. Yep. I think that back. Mark Eggleton is currently, yeah, thank you very much. But the cars for the most part having to get through. Okay, that's the radical driver Joe Jr. going very slowly as they go to the corner, but absolutely has no name. And he is being great trained big time. I believe he had a moment there coming out at the start of the pass. For some reason, he's going very, very slowly as they run down into Q1. Go out from that. He is your race leader. The gap between himself and Nick Vestigi is less than 6/10 of a second. Roderick Cronin, he has lost 2 positions at the start of this race, and for some reason we've got Thomas Brussel right up there as well. I have no idea what's happened to him, but he has managed to get himself a great start in this race. But Follestad, he is charging down now to the bus stop chicane for the first time, making that braking zone. This is the hard right, left flick. You've got to get himself nice on the curbs, but not too much away. You will spin out, wait, then apply the power down as he comes down past the start finish line. For the first time, to complete lap number 1. That number 17 machine is dominating here early. The gap between himself and Nick Vestigi now 9/10 of a second. And Adam Terry is currently sat in the 3rd position with Andy Kerrisoff in 4th. Mark Eggleton is in 5th. And I was right, Thomas Van Brussel has managed to get himself into the lead of the Ford Falcon class ahead of Renz Broken and Peter Ridley. So here they come through Eau Rouge and Radioff for the 2nd time here today. Adam Terry, he is trying to make a move. I believe that is on Nick Prestige. So no, that's Andy Kerstov. Andy Kerstov is managed to get past Adam Terry. That is the battle for the third position. And Kerstov has managed to move himself up into that third spot. So it is now Frederick Polistad as your race leader in that Repsol machine. And then Nick Prestige, Radical Driver second. Andy Kerstov in third. And then Adam Terry in fourth. Mark Eggleston in fifth. Looking a little bit back further through the field, you've got Simon Geimer. He is trying to close down Roderick Cronin, who we saw was going slowly as well early on. He had a very difficult start in this race. That number 26 machine coming under a little bit of pressure, who in turn, he is trying to get around Thomas Van Brussel, who is the first car in the V8 class. So this could be holding up Roderick Cronin just a little bit. And you see Cronin there, he had to dive down to the inside coming into Bunga. He got held up a lot coming into Fuwa. That wasn't any fault at all of Thomas Van Brussel. Those Ford Falcons just a little bit slower as they go through the apex, at least sweeping past corners. And that means Simon Geimer has been able to close a little bit, but now he's also got to get past Van Brussel, who in turn realises that he's got the opportunity for a lifetime, being 3 seconds ahead of Renz Broekman early on in this race. Currently having a look at Mark Bird. He is currently all the way down in the Cadillac class, currently scored in the 9th position. He is having to work his way through a number of the Falcon V8 cars there. And I'm also having a look at Marius Christensen, who is in the V8 drivers there. Oh, he almost got it loose there coming into the bus stop. The two drivers ahead of him, that was Andy Goodison and Peter Ridley in the battle for the 3rd position. They almost collected each other, and that allowed Christensen to try and make a move there down the start-finish line, but at the same time, I believe that he has lost a position there to Simon Hill, who moves himself up into the 4th position. So you have Infinity Esports cars currently sat in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So the Infinity Esports cars are doing a great job there. Let's not forget you've got Simon Hill, who's sat in 5th as well. Marius Christensen, he has been bumped all the way down now into the 6th position as they're going ding-dong ahead of them. But moving back to the front of this field, Frederick Follestad, he has got himself a 2.2 second gap over Nick Prestige, currently sat in 2nd position in the number 48 machine. Andy Kerstov having a good running today, sat in the 3rd position in the number 43 Radical Steel Series car. Adam Terry in 4th, Mark Eggleston in 5th, Roderick Cronin in 6th, Simon Geimer in the 6th position, Nico Brandt in 7th. We have one driver who is a lap down, that is Kevin Beekman in the number 7 machine. We don't really expect to see too many drivers go laps down here because this track is so long. As we're currently looking at that number 48 machine of Nick Prestige, currently sat in the 2nd position. Joe Jr., he has managed to get himself back onto the racetrack. I have no idea why he was going so slowly at the start of this race, but he's put himself 1 minute and 5 seconds behind the race lead, and he's pretty much got himself a 25-second gap to the nearest car. Roderick Cronin there making a move on Mark Eggleston for position. Roderick Cronin in the number 36 machine, making a move on the number 26 car of Roderick Cronin. That will move him up into the 5th position, and that's a great drive there by the number 36 machine of Mark Eggleston. As once again, the Steel Series driver is having a good showing. Currently sat 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So looking at the number 26 car now as he comes down into La Source. Just having a look, there's Andy Goodison there trying to get himself around Peter Ridley. That is about for 3rd position in the Falcon V8 class. Getting very close as they came there through La Source. But that ruined Goodison's momentum as now he comes up the hill into Rouge and Radio. as we're on board now, as they come through that left-hand kink of radio down the camel straight away. And this is a very fast piece of the racetrack, but you still got to be careful with your line. Get yourself a slipstream as you come down here, and then find your braking zone into Lacombe, that right-left corner. And then you got yourself Malmedy, which is that second right-hand flick before they come down into Rivage. And Goodison closes very quickly in his braking zone, so we can get a good run through Rivage. As he's doing now, he might be able to set himself a very big run down here. Not quite close enough there, unfortunately, as now they come through Rivage. And then it's that corner, which apparently is called Speaker's Corner. But I have no confirmation on that. If you are paying attention and you do know what this corner is called, let us know. It's corner number 11 on the racetrack. As now they come down into Fua. This double apex, fast, left-hander. Brake a little bit for the first part. Try and get yourself as straight as possible so you can just flat foot the second part of it. As they're going down now into the fungus chicane. And Goodison really is putting that pressure on, but he's not really getting close enough there. And the 16 and the 84, that is Goodison. Sorry, that's not Goodison at all. The number 16 machine, of Thomas Van Brussel. He is also in a pretty interesting battle with Rens Brokeman. That's a battle for the lead of the V8 Supercars. And you see there that Brokeman is so good as they come through that flick, but he's not going to be close enough to make a move as they come down into the bus stop chicane. And as they do so there, Brokeman, he is about half a second behind as they're just going to make that move now down past the start-finish line one more time. But Brokeman is going to be very, very close as they come down into La Source this time by. And after he's finished chasing goals, as you see, so close there between Brokeman. He's going to have a chance, but he's not close enough again. If he just managed to get on the power a little bit early, he could have had a chance going down into Air Rouge. But can he get the momentum through this corner? He was early on the brakes. This could give him the opportunity there. Side by side for the lead almost as they come out of radio down the Camel straightaway. Brokeman looking immediately to the left-hand side. He's got cars ahead of him. Side by side as they come down now. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers as they come into Lacombe? And it looks as though Brokeman is going to have the inside line to the next corner. You got a car stopped ahead of them. Thankfully, they just get out of the way there. But that was Mark Eggleston and the 36 machine that always called mayhem into Lacombe and Malmedy there. But that potentially just caught Brokeman off a little bit and enabled Van Brussel to keep that lead for maybe just a couple of corners. And that was, to say that again, that was Mark Eggleston in the number 36 Steel Series Radical machine. We'll try and get ourselves a replay of that momentarily. But Eggleston, just, it looked as though he went for Lacombe, as seen as his cars do oh so often. It literally, yeah, he got himself turned in, started spinning, and just lost all grip. And then he managed to get it off the racetrack, which is the important thing, because if he had dilly-dallied about, that would have been carnage with the V8 Supercars there. But we're going to keep an eye on this battle momentarily. It is not only the best battle on the racetrack, it's the battle, as you're looking at the replay, of Eggleston now. Just as it comes into Lacombe there, you just see the back end just finally steps out of him after so much tyre smoke. And good job by him by getting it off the racetrack. He probably saw the leaders of the V8s coming behind him. But this is the battle for the lead of that V8 Supercar race. And number 84, the Infinity Esports machine of Rens Brokeman. He is charging down Thomas Van Brussel in the number 16 Speedy refrigeration car. And I have to say, this is going to be one great battle. And we need to look at Brokeman just to see how good he is through that Air Rouge radio complex. As I'm going to finally say hello to the guy who's been chasing girls all day long, Oscar Hardwick.
Hello everybody, I'm sure that you haven't missed me all that much. Nice to join in the action at this midway stage of the race.
And we're having a look at Rens Brokeman still. He's coming down again, he's doing the same thing, he's braking early, then he gets a good run from the middle of the corner. He wasn't that close this time by, but this could give him the opportunity to try and surprise him, try and dummy into manoeuvre. As they come down, he's looking down to the inside, now back to the outside, and this is going to give him the drive coming into the Coon. Can he make the outside line work? He got Mark Bird ahead of him in the Cadillac, but they just cannot make a move. And that is allowing Brusel to stay out in front, and unless he finds the way to get down to the inside line into Lecombe, Berkman is just staying behind that 16 car.
I mean, when you're running around this track in heavy, lumbersome cars, very much like the V8 and the Cadillac, you find overtaking and outbraking manoeuvres, which outbraking manoeuvres is almost the only thing you can do here at Spa. It's so much more difficult, and it looks like Brokeman is getting out of the way, is he? Or it looks like he might have had a slowdown there. He had to dab on the brakes and get right off the racing line.
Yeah, it looks as though it wasn't that bad. Maybe he got himself a little bit loose, and then obviously you have Eggleston right behind him. I think he thought when he got loose that Eggleston was going to try and dart past, so that's why he's trying to double tap the brakes. But I think that 36 machine is just staying put for the moment, as you also have Nick Vestigi closing Frederick Pollestad in the Cadillac class. So battle for the lead in both of the classes right now, and Vestigi is looking strong in the second half of this race.
Well, although I've not seen the first half, and we've got Mark Bird having a massive moment there. I think he's just about kept it going. Is that pulling up? Yes, it is. Mark Bird out of the race.
It looks like he just scraped the wall there as he came for the second part of... Yeah, it didn't look so bad, but he scraped the wall all the way down. You know how the aero is on these cars. You bend that bodywork out of shape, especially on that left-hand side, you're going to have absolutely no grip. And that is Mark Bird, our our third retirement of the day. Christian Nielsen and Kevin Vikerman's also out of the race.
Oh, and Andy Goodison nearly ran into the back of Peter Ridley there. And he's lost a position.
And we've seen that these Infinity esports guys have been racing each other very hard in this race. And that is going to be a shame for Goodison, because he has now put himself behind. That was very close. As I had to look at the replay there, he just so close to running into the back of him, coming to the bus stop chicane. And yeah, he lost the position to Simon Hill.
We've got Broken going around the outside again of Thomas Van Brussel. Can he make it work this time? He's braked a bit later.
He's very close. He's close. He's got it. Surely he's got it. He has got it. So Brokenman gets around Van Brussel, and that is going to give him the race lead in the V8 class. But you see that Van Brussel looking back. Is he going to try and make a dive down to the inside as they come into Rivard? Not going to be close enough there.
He planted the throttle. He gave it everything he could. He's just going to have to stay as close as he can. I mean, where we've had Renz trying to make the pass and has now eventually made it, that's probably the best place that you can make a move. So it's just got to stay within that draft gap that there is.
Yeah, and you've got yourself La Source, that 35-mile-an-hour tight hairpin, which leads you on to the huge straightaway coming down into Air Rouge and that kink through Radio into the Kemmel straightaway. So you've got yourself some big drafting opportunities, and in these cars, there's so much time to be gained through that Air Rouge Radio complex that, if you're very good at just dabbing on the brakes and getting through these fast sweepers, as you see there, Vestigi, as he got close to Follestad, he had to get all the way out the throttle because he got a little bit loose there, and that gives Follestad a little bit of breathing room. And with 10 minutes to go, you do not want to have to make all that time up, especially as this track is so long, as we've just talked about. Overtaking opportunities are rare here, and
we've got a battle for the position. Hadn't Terry got squeezed out of it there by Andy Kristoff. Sorry to cut you off, Will.
Yeah, so that is Kerstov, who's been having a great battle with Adam Terry in that battle for the third position. That Simspin.com Tag Hero machine has been doing a great job of trying to battle it with the Radical drivers, who in the last couple of races really have been coming on strong here in the TorqueFreakRacing Touring Car Championship. But it looks as though, when it matters, Kerstov is faster just because he's so good through that Air Rouge Radio complex, and then it means that all he needs to do is hit his marks into Lagoon and his job done.
Oh, and Peter Ridley's made a mistake. He's dropped all of the positions that he had.
It looks like he cut the chicane a little bit there to get right out the throttle. Having a look back to see what happened to Peter Ridley. Yeah, and he just couldn't make it. He had to go around the long way, got himself a slowdown, and he's lost himself a good... He had 2 positions, I believe that's 3, 4 positions. He's fallen in behind Dave Guyman by the look of
The
it.
Infinity guys are about to go at it big time here in the V8. Andy Goodison looking for a way past Simon Hill. He's definitely got the quicker car.
I think it will get to the point that he'll force his way eventually. But Goodison, he's looking down to the inside now as they come down into the coup. Who's going to be the last to late breakers? It is going to be Goodison. He's got himself the inside line. Can he make the corner?
No!
Almost. Oh, that was so close there. That is going to allow, however, Hill to just get a little look down to the inside. Covers him off well. Great braking there by the number 18 car of Andy Goodison into the coup. That was as close as you can get to not making the corner and still doing so.
Yeah, I mean, he really pushed it out onto the curve furthest away from him there. A good bit of driving and fantastic awareness from both Simon Hill and Marius Christensen. Yeah, Marius Christensen. I'm just not going to go there. Yeah, I know, I'm going to fall over myself far too many times, but...
Go back to chasing girls. Meanwhile, Frederick Förstad is your race leader in the Cadillac class, with Nick Prestige in second, Andy Kerstoff in third, Adam Terry in fourth, Roderick Cronin in fifth, Simon Geimer in sixth, Mark Eggleston in seventh, and then Nico Brand, Sean Lees and Joe Jr. Joe Jr. again having a difficult day in that number 26 machine. And then in the V8 Supercars, you have the Rens Broekman in first, in the Falcon even, with Thomas Van Brusen in second, Simon Hill in third, Andy Goodison in fourth, Marius Christensen in fifth, then Ridley, Geimer, Jocelyn, Bowles and Balau rounding out your top 10.
Oh! Robert Burton for Shark Racing has just put it round in a funny position.
So, yeah, and that's Robert Burton. He's had himself a good run so far in this Touring Car Championship, and that is not the place that you normally do it. It looks like that slide started all the way back on the exit of the Fung chicane. It looks as though he'd got himself settled, clipped the curve a little bit, started sliding, he saved it, and then eventually it spun out on him, but he saved it and then didn't save it. Then tried to reverse it, and then got going.
I think Peter Ridley is about to get one of the largest drafts ever seen. I'm not even sure that Goodison's cleared of Hill here. They're all going to be drafting, but I think it's going to be Christiansen. There we go, got it that time. Who's going to be making the move on Hill, if anyone's going to be making a move now, with Ridley just sitting behind, waiting for the mistake to come.
So yeah, as they come down, it looks as though, and I've seen in these V8 in these Ford Falcons even, that they really do like to draft each other well. You see, they're looking down to the inside.
That's a bit late.
That's late. Oh, but no, he goes the other way. Look at that. Oh, no, that Simon Hill is going to have to go around the bit of track that I never knew existed. This is the reason why it does exist, so that Simon Hill can get himself back onto the racetrack. And he's lost himself their position, so Peter Ridley, Christiansen and Andy Goodison there, and that is going to mean he has got himself 8.5 minutes to try and get himself back into this fight, but he is now 5 seconds behind that battle.
He is going to have to absolutely charge if he wants to get anything out of this race now.
Out front, let's keep an eye on Vestige. He is kind of in that dirty air zone. He got himself the gap down to 1.6 seconds to Frederick Förstad, and there it has remained. Förstad has done a good job of just keeping that gap, that momentum to Vestige in the number 48 Steel Series Radical machine, and Vestige has done a good job as he gets himself a little bit of blink there, going through Air Rouge in third position. Andy Kerstoff 15 seconds behind these two drivers, Adam Terry in fourth, Roderick Cronin in fifth, and as I said, we have got 8 minutes left to go in this race. Round 5 of the TorqueFreakRacing Touring Car Championship here on GlacierTV. Wolfington, Oscar Hardwick in the booth, and we have got to keep an eye on this Goodison, Hill, Christensen, Ridley battle. The best thing on the racetrack right now. As we just update you very quickly, Thomas Van Brussel has had a slow lap, getting passed by Eggleston and Nico Brown, putting the gap between himself and Rens Broekman. He's now 5 seconds behind.
Now the really interesting thing then with this battle that, oh, and there's Goodison. He's made a massive mistake. He's going to lose 1, maybe even 2 positions coming up to La Source.
He might just lose second position. He might. Oh no, look at that Ridley. Yes, he is diving up to the inside. He almost tried to dive down both of them there. But that wasn't going to work, and this is going to allow Goodison to get the run as they come down to Air Rouge.
They're going to go 2 by 2.
Who's going to do it? It's going to be Ridley. Ridley's going to get it just there, but he's got to really nail his line. And yes, you see there, Ridley. But if Goodison can try and get a bit of momentum back as he's doing there, he can try and do the crossover and come back of them as they come down the Camel straightaway with just under 7 minutes to go here. Can Goodison make a dive bomb into Lacombe? Not quite close enough there. You saw he got on the brakes very, very early. But Ridley looking down to the inside, even though he's about half a mile behind Christiansen. And Goodison getting a little bit squirty there.
I think Goodison's cooked his tyres a little bit. He looks all over the place compared to the two guys just up ahead of him.
Yeah, and let's not forget this tyre compound they had on the V8 Supercars. They've only had for a couple of weeks, so a lot of these drivers are still getting used to how this new tyre works. But Goodison, he's not going to try and make a move down to full. Yeah, he gets himself back in line there. I was about to say, no way he's going to try and make a move down into full.
If you try and make a move into Pillon in a car of this size, I would put money on both of you going off. As Joe Jr., despite being in a Cadillac, has brought his app back together, picked up some pace, and now is right behind this battle. He's going to try and get through on it.
Well, yeah, finding in the chicane's an easy place to do the move. He's got one of them. He can try and get the second one down into Stavelo if he gets a good run, and that's indeed what he's going to try and do. But, yeah, you see there, Ridley just moving to the left-hand side. He saw that Goodison got past, and now Joe Jr. has got himself around two of these drivers. Now
but Goodison's got a much better run now.
Yeah, but can you really do anything? You can try and get too wide, but you've got to be very careful through this last section of the racetrack because it just turns left and left and left and left and left and left again. Meanwhile, Roderick Cronin in the number 26 machine, he's charging down Adam Terry in that battle for the fourth position in the Cadillac classes, but not quite close enough. We're going to jump back in. Yeah, close but no sig. Oh, you see there, that was Joe Jr. putting his car in all sorts of positions. That is going to back this pack up a little bit, and this could allow the chance that Ridley wanted. And to add fuel to the fire, Sean Lees is coming up behind this group. So Sean Lees is going to throw this banner into the works as well. He's got three V8 cars fighting for position as they come in to the fastest section of the racetrack that we race on.
Yeah, Goodison got a poor exit, but Ridley got a fantastic one, so it's going to have to be watching Ridley onto Christiansen coming down to the end of the Kemmel Straight.
Ridley isn't quite close enough this time. I think what's helped Christiansen...
Oh, Goodison's gone!
V8.
He's gone at the top of the rouge.
Cannot, but no! And as the first driver to lose it at the top of the hill there, as he just went through radio, and...
Oh, and it's not a small accident either. That car is going to be a pig to drive for the last few minutes.
But he's going to try and drive it. He's got himself less than 3 laps. There's no way that race control can black flag him out of the race. Dave Geimer has got himself ahead of him. That will move Dave Geimer up into the 6th position in this race. So it's going to be Ridley, Christiansen, one-on-one for the last couple of laps here. Has that Infiniti Esports car got anything for the iHeart Sydney MariusChristensen.net number 61 machine?
Well, I just don't know. It's one of those things, isn't it? You damage a car like that, and it could be minor stuff on a car that's got bumpers like this, or you could be having an absolute hell of a time in that cockpit. We just can't know.
And Vestigi, he's closed that gap all the way down to Frederick Follestad now. With this little time left to go, Follestad is under a huge pressure now from Nick Vestigi in the dying moments of this race. And I think Vestigi's just waited till this point to then charge. He knows he's having a little bit left in his tyres for reserve to see if he can try and get down to the inside of Follestad. But in this middle section of the lap, Follestad is just so good.
Yeah, he is. I mean, Vestigi's really having to push the limits of his car as he gets a bit of dirt on the tyres there. I mean, it seems so much more effortless for Follestad at this moment in time. Yes, Vestigi's got a bit more tyre left. Now you can see that through the first sector. He's got a lot more high-speed grip, but he's losing out after then. Although they are coming up on Andy Griffiths, so this could in itself close him up, but he's gone right. In fact, Andy Griffiths has gone off the track, so
After you
overly
guys.
gentlemanly.
and then they've got themselves Andrew Streetley as well, his teammate. But it looks as though they're going to easily clear him there before they come down into Blanchimont. And yeah, round the outside they go. Polestad gets himself past nicely, and Streetley does the same. We are going to come through down into the bus stop chicane, and then we're going to get the white flag. Potentially this time? Yeah, we're going to get the white flag by the look of it. I'm just having a look to see how long it's been, but we should get the white flag this time by. We'll keep an eye out. Frederick Forrestad, he's your race leader. Nick Vestigi is in second. Andy Kristoff in third. Adam Terry in fourth. Roderick Cronin in the fifth position. The white flag is in hand. We've got ourselves one more lap to go here at the circuit at Spa-Francorchamps. Rens Broekman, he is still your race leader in the V8 Supercar, with Thomas Van Brussel in second, Marius Christensen in third, and Peter Ridley is dropped back and faded for the time being. He should have one more lap to be able to try and do this, 1.5 laps. Let's see Christensen now running a bit slowly. This is going to allow Ridley to start closing him down. Simon Hill driving that car is a complete mess, but he's been able to get him, he's ahead of Dave Geimer. Goodison somehow is driving that car and is closing on that number 23 Team Shark car of Dave Geimer. How he's doing that, I have no idea. Isvan Palau is behind him in the 18th position with Phil Jocelyn and Darry Boots. To run for your retirement very quickly, you've got Mark Bird out the race, Christian Knowlton out the race, Kevin Beekman's out the race, William Pino on pit lane, and then you've got Burton, Griffiths and Streetley. They're all one lap down.
Well, as always, Spa taking victims when it pleases. As Adam Terry is pushing on a bit at the moment, he might even let Roderick Croonan catch up. You'll have to excuse my pronunciation today. I'm all over the place.
I'll tell you what, Adam Terry and Andy Kristoff have had a very good battle in this race. Oh, look at that! That was on the racing line!
No!
Robert Burton! This is going to hold Terry up tremendously there, and this is going to give Roger Cronin half a chance. He's still got himself 2 seconds left to gain. And look at that! Oh, what was happening there with Robert Burton? I don't even know if he was even looking at his mirrors there. But it was full of Adam Terry's number 25 Sims Bean machine. And that is going to lose any chance of closing down Andy Kristoff in the final stages of this lap. Meanwhile, Frederick Forrestad, he comes through into the bus stop chicane for the final time. 2 corners left to go for him, making that flick to the right. Then the final left-hander, Frederick Forrestad, he is going to win round 5 of the TorqueFreakRacing Touring Car Championship. Checkered flag in the air.
And Nick Vestigi, well earned second position. Yeah, Kristoff has got this one as well. It's going to be a lovely podium for the Radicals driver there.
So Andy Kay comes home in the third position. Adam Terry, he managed to close down. If only they didn't have Robert Burton in the way, he could have had one more charge. But Terry ends up just off the podium in the fourth position. Roderick Cronin comes home in fifth. We're waiting now for Simon Geimer in the number 75 machine to come down into that final sweep through Blanchimont into the bus stop chicane. Looking a little bit further back, has Ridley got anything for Christensen? Not quite close enough. He's got himself a second and a half between them. Simon Hill is in no man's land. Dave Geimer getting so squirrely, but that has allowed Goodison, I believe, to get past him.
Goodison's way past Geimer. Geimer looks like he's got some front end damage actually.
Yeah, so I think so those two might have come together there in the closing stages of this race. And Eggleston's come past the line, Brent's come past the line. Rens Broekman wins the Ford Falcon class there, with Van Brussel coming across the line now in the second position. We're going to have to wait for a couple of moments to see Marius Christensen, who's going to come home in the third and final position on that podium for the Falcon V8 Supercars. He's coming down into the bus stop chicane for the final time. Don't make a mistake now, but he goes a little bit wide there, but just manages to run over the curb beautifully. He comes to the final corner for the final time. He's going to come home and take third position in the V8 Supercar class there. And Peter Ridley, he's going to come home in the fourth spot. So close at the end between those two. Simon Hill comes home in fifth and Dave Geimer in sixth. And I have to say, Oscar,
Dave Geimer's not finished yet. He's got Phil Jocelyn hassling him.
Yeah, he's got Jocelyn hassling him. Sorry, Andy Goodison got past him. So Guymer...
Oh, and he's having a look!
He's having a look and he doesn't get anything of it. Jocelyn's off the racetrack. He won't be able to get a move done now. And if he did get back on there, Jocelyn's having to slow down. But thankfully, he's got Danny Bell so far behind that he's still going to be able to come home without losing another position there. And Oscar, I know you're busy chasing goals for most of this race, but...
Hey, that's
good.
not what I was up to. Give me a break. But yes, from what I saw, it was fantastic racing all round the pack.
They're just waiting for a couple of cars to come home now. And I think we're pretty much done. So, let's have a look. Got a couple of the cars. Sorry, yeah, we have got a couple of cars just driving around, cruising about. Not really anyone doing anything important by the looks of it. We've got Andy Griffiths. Yeah, they're all done. So we're going to run through the result sheet. In first place in the Caddy class, Frederick Fonestad with a time of 30 minutes, 0.218. The gap between himself and Nick Fastigi, 9/10 of a second across the line. Andy Kerstov comes home in the third position, 23 seconds behind the race leader, with Adam Terry in fourth, Frederick Cronin in fifth, then Simon Guymer, Mark Eggleton, Nico Brandro Jr. and Sean Lees. Mark Bird comes home in 11th, 8 laps down into retirement, as is Kevin Viekmans. Then in the V8 Falcon Supercar-ish class thing, Rens Broekman comes home in first position with Thomas van Brussel 12 seconds behind. So that shows the gap between that Broekman could pull out after he finally got past van Brussel. Marius Christiansen came home in third, Peter Ridley in fourth, Simon Hill in fifth, then Goodison, Ballau, Guymer, Jocelyn, Bowles all finished on the lead lap. Andy Streetley, Andy Griffiths, Robert Burton all finished 1 lap down. William Pioneer 6 laps down. Christian Nilsson, your retiree. And I just realised, guys, that we've got people waiting for us over there. So myself and Jano are going to press a magical button, and we'll see you, Oscar, in a minute.
Okay.
So, Nick Fastigi, hello, you came home second in that race, and a good drive by you.
Whoa, hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes, you came home. Go on.
My TeamSpeak kind of screwed up.
Yep, you came home second in that race, just 9/10 of a second behind Frederick Follestad at the end. It looked as though you were just hanging back a little bit to try and make a charge on those last couple of laps, but you didn't quite get close enough.
Well, was certainly not hanging back. Fred had the pace on me by like a tiny bit. He was a tiny bit faster than me all the time, but I caught him because of some traffic, and that was the main thing. And then suddenly on the last lap I was only 1 second behind, so I was trying to set up for a pass, but it was too risky.
But at the same time, you know, second position, great consistency by you coming into the middle part of this Touring Car Championship. Is that consistency what's going to be key as we go into some very difficult rounds for that middle portion of the season?
I hope so. Yeah, it's been terrible, a terrible start for me, so this is looking good now with the first place and the second place now.
So you figured out where your left and your right foot are now, then?
Yeah.
Looking forward to next week. You going to have fun there?
Which track is next?
It's a medical circuit that I really do my research on a Tuesday, but I always forget until Saturday.
I could not understand any of that, sorry.
I'm just going to say something for about 20 seconds. I don't know where we are next week. Someone's going to tell me again. But I'll come back to you on that one. But also, I'll tell you what, your Radical teammates had a good showing yet again today, and it looks as though the Radical momentum's picking up a little bit in the middle of the season.
Yes, apparently. We had some people joining late and not doing that much practice, but yeah, overall we did pretty well. I think we're working on the setup together well, and we're getting good setups, so that's helping a lot.
Well, well done on your second position there, Nick. And that is, unfortunately, all we have time for. that concludes round 5 of the TorqueFreakRacing Touring Car Championship from Spa-Francorchamps. To run through very quickly your top 3 in each class. Frederick Follestad, your race winner in the Cadillac class, with Vestigi in second, and Andy Harris in third. Then in the V8 Supercars, you had Roderick Cronin in first, Frederick Bruce in second, and Marius Christensen in third. Don't forget, we will hopefully be back in 1 hour and 15 minutes for our continuing coverage of the iRacing Advanced Legend Series. Some of the best racing you'll see on iRacing all season long, coming to you every Tuesday night. Then tomorrow we have got the iRacing Skip Barber Racing School Premier Series coming to you from the Okayama Raceway in Japan. And then Saturday we have got ourselves a TorqueFreakRacing Summer Super Cup once again at the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps with the Continental Endurance Sports Car Series as well on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, the Afterburn IndyCar Series brings you the Chicagoland 300, bringing a little bit of road racing for Sunday. That is all from us here at GlacierTV. From myself and from, what's his name, Oscar, who's going to go and chase cars again, and Joanna Mascane. Good night.
Start-finish line again.